What up, guys? It's Salvajee from Salvajee Cartel. Okay, so I have some spicy Overwatch news for you guys, of course. If you checked out Jeff's new developer update, do not fear, because I will be talking about everything that he said. And of course, most importantly, the reason why I'm making this video is because, of course, I want to share my thoughts with you guys. So let's talk about the Mercy rework. Mercy no longer has res as her ultimate. When Jeff said this, I kind of got a little scared, and then I actually heard Jeff talking about Mercy's new ultimate, which, you know, does sound pretty cool. But anyways, basically, Jeff said that the reason why they removed res from Mercy, it's because when a Mercy player would get res, he would just hide and he wouldn't heal. Okay, so that's one. And also, another reason why they removed res, it's because, you know, a team would get a team wipe and then the Mercy player would come in and basically revive everybody. And of course, that team wipe that the enemy team got was pretty much meaningless, and basically it was really hard to play around Mercy and her res. They actually said this in the past, so I'm not really surprised that Jeff actually talked about it in this developer update. But anyways, the Mercy res isn't going anywhere. It is actually going to be her secondary ability right now. So yes, Mercy will have res as her secondary ability. She can only res one person. And of course the res is also going to have a pretty long cooldown. Like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be maybe like every 60 minutes or so, like every 60 seconds. I mean, she's probably going to get res. I think that might be pretty balanced. Anyways, let's keep talking about the changes, and of course I'll give you guys my thoughts on the changes next. So Mercy has a new ultimate and it's called Valkyrie. Basically, she can fly, and this is super funny because I was actually talking to one of my friends the other day, and she told me that when she first got Overwatch, she thought Mercy could fly because she had wings. And yeah, now Mercy can fly, so that's actually pretty cool. Anyway, so she can fly with a new ultimate, and basically this new ultimate, Valkyrie, just, you know, puts Mercy on steroids, I guess you could say. So basically, the range of her Guardian Angel is increased, so if you're like across the map, she's going to be able to fly to you. The range of her beams also increased. She does more healing and more power boosting, I believe. I think Jeff said that she does more healing with her Caduceus staff. I'm pretty sure he said that. But if he didn't, let me know in the comment sections below, guys. Also, one thing that I know he said for sure is that the beams on her Caduceus staff, or Caduceus staff, whatever you want to call it, can now be chained when you activate the ultimate Valkyrie. For example, you can heal 3 people at the same time. I think the best change, like, I think, you know, the change they should do to Valkyrie is you can, of course, you know, chain the staff to multiple people, but you should do healing and power boosting at the same time. I think that would be pretty cool and would make her ultimate, of course, more valuable. Anyways, another thing that her ultimate Valkyrie does is that when you activate the ultimate Valkyrie, she basically gets a refresh at the res. Although Jeff specifically said that these changes are not final because they do want to experiment a little bit when it comes down to the res. And also, her gun shoots faster and it does more damage, which means that Mercy's DPS basically increases when she uses her ultimate. Let me give you guys my thoughts on this Mercy rework. I agree with it, but I also disagree with it. I feel like the only reason why the Overwatch team removed res as an ultimate, it's not because of any reason, it's just because they simply did not want it in the game. You know, they said, hey, we don't like res, so we're just gonna remove it. I really do feel like they did this because they basically gave up on Mercy. They basically gave up on Mercy and her ultimate. What they should have done is they should have increase the cooldown of the res. But of course, I'm not a game developer, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I think they should have just increased how much time it takes to actually get the res. Like that the res isn't a super big problem and teams don't have to play around the res. Also, Mercy is in meta in the pro scene, which means that basically us Overwatch players are really bad at playing when the enemy team has a Mercy, and we just can't kill the Mercy. So Mercy isn't a problem, it's just that the Overwatch players that play against Mercies are just really bad. Anyways, again, I'm kind of skeptical when it comes down to the Mercy rework, but I kind of agree with it, okay? Also, the whole point of Mercy was to get the res. Like, there is nothing more satisfying when you're playing Mercy and then you get a 3-man res and a 4-man res. Honestly, I feel like that's one of the most awesome, that was one of the most awesome things about Mercy, and they've basically just removed that. And they basically removed that for an ability that doesn't really do much compared to other support abilities, in my opinion. So Nano Boost helps out and supports your team a lot. by, of course, giving you 50% less damage resistance and 50% more damage. Sound Barrier gives you extra armor or sound armor or whatever, so it means you can take more damage. Transcendence heals a lot, okay? And Valkyrie does more healing and lets Mercy fly. Valkyrie basically just focuses on Mercy as a character, and quite honestly, I don't really think it benefits the team and it helps the team as much as her actual res ultimate, okay? I don't really, honestly, I think her new ability is honestly kind of useless, and I feel like they should have just kept res as the ultimate. Now, at the same time, I also like the new Mercy. In fact, I might even actually get her golden staff because these new Mercy changes honestly seem pretty cool on paper. You're telling me that I have res ability, that I can like res someone as an ability, you know, every couple of seconds or so. You're also telling me that my gun does extra damage when I activate, what's this thing called, my ultimate. On top of all that, you're also telling me that my beam is more powerful, and of course it does more healing, and I can chain it to more people. Honestly, you know, it's pretty cool, but at the end of the day, it's just an ultimate that does more healing. So honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this ultimate, guys. It sounds like it's gonna be, it benefits Mercy more than it benefits the team. You know, the whole point of res is that it helps out the team a lot. But anyways, now that I talked about the Mercy rework, in my opinion, I want to talk about something that Jeff said at the end of this developer update. And he said that they're going to look into balancing out more heroes. And I guarantee you for a fact, guys, I'm going to call it right now, Symmetra is going to be the next hero that's going to get a rework, or it's going to get completely nerfed to the ground. Why? Let me tell you guys why. Because all of these big Overwatch YouTube channels start fucking complaining. They start saying, wah, 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 this hero is not fun to play against, wah, 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 wah. And then you have all these people with sheep mentalities that don't like to, you know, have a mind of their own. And basically, long story short, everybody complains about a specific hero, and guess what? You know, Blizzard nerfs that hero because everybody was just complaining about it because, you know, Overwatch YouTube channel just made it a big deal. Like, the only reason why Mercy lost her res, it's because all of these channels just started complaining about Mercy, which is honestly something that I never understood. Like, why are you complaining that you have a healer on your team? With this new Mercy rework, I really do fear that competitive it's just going to be DPS and tanks. And yeah, your basic, it's going to be really, really hard for you to have a healer on your team. Okay, because I knew in competitive matches this season that I was always going to have a Mercy on my team because, you know, Mercy was one of the most played characters. So yeah, obviously I'm a Symmetra main, so it would suck if Symmetra will get a rework, but I know she's probably gonna get nerfed because her teleporter is actually pretty good, and her teleporter is honestly kind of like a budget res, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna nerf Symmetra. I'm gonna call it right now. You know, people are just gonna start complaining about the teleporter, and that's it. Symmetra is just gonna be even more terrible than she is right now, because honestly, she really isn't that good. Anyways, Hanzo, I'm pretty sure his scatter arrow is probably going to get nerfed. Honestly, I'm happy about this, but at the same time, the only reason why Hanzo's scatter arrow is probably just going to get nerfed is because guess what? The community is just complaining about it because Overwatch YouTube channels want to complain about it. Anyways, they also said that they're looking into D.Va defense matrix. They want to do some changes into it. I believe that Graviton Surge, that defense matrix should not counter Graviton Surge, alright? This is a defense matrix change that needs to happen. Jeff, please bring it into the game. Like, please. Zarya counters D.Va. So why does D.Va eat the Graviton Surge? You know, it's like a super black hole type beam. I know it's a projectile, but it doesn't matter, alright? Graviton Surge should not be able to be eaten by defense matrix because Zarya counters D.Va. Those are my thoughts, okay? Anyways, now that we talked about that, I want to talk about the what's this thing called? The Chateau Guillard map and the TDM and FFA modes. They might come in next week. If you're on console, Jeff said that the patch is for the console certificate. It's going through the console certification program, which means that of course we might get TDM and Chateau Guillard next week on consoles, and of course on the live server, which is pretty cool. And also, my friend Cell told me that D.Va's cluster missiles do like a total of 241 burst damage, So if you guys didn't know about D.Va's micro missiles, there you go. Now you know. But anyways, I don't want this video to reach 10 minutes, so thank you guys for watching. Support the video, like it, so drop a like, and titties.